Today, we got the perfect setup at open. I'm going to explain to you why it was a perfect setup. We locked it down on the XFA. You can see that right there, XFA account, and we walk away. So let me get right into the perfect setup. All right. So do you ever feel like you might be trading behind the market or you're not understanding the overall trend? Because when I was new, I definitely felt like I would be gambling or guessing a lot of the times. But until I discovered this one particular clue, if you will, in the market, because the market does leave clues as to where we might be headed. So at open today, I hope I can explain myself properly, but at open today, we got this bear flag kind of shaping out. You can see that. And I had on my live stream, if you're not watching, you can tune in pretty much from Tuesday to Friday from 9 in the morning up until like maybe 10, 11. Well, I don't know. But anyway, so this is support level right here. And we are hovering right above it, right? But if you're not trading support and resistance, you would not probably know that. You would just see this chart for what it is, which is basically a bear flag. We got the bear flag break there right at open or right before the market open. We got the last final bounce. And then basically very simple. If you shorted this bear flag here, well, you know you got wrecked, right? And not just that, even if you lock in profit, right? Let's say you took profit somewhere here. Why do that for a couple points, right? And there was a little bit of a gap that we kind of had to fill, but I mean, like, the point is simple. If you short here, you're missing out on the overall picture, which is what? That this here is nothing but support. So we got the good old bounce from good old support, as I often say, because we got the bear flag that breaks, right? But all we're gonna do is bounce from support and then boom, test the next level of resistance, which is the trade I did. We locked in the profit and we're done. But the real setup here that I didn't not take this morning, that I regret not taking a little bit, but at the end of the day, I'm always looking for these, so that this one will not be the last. Memorize this chart because this is in my opinion, the $1 million chart right there. Like, this is what can get you to that profitability, to that land of profitability, right? So you have support, which essentially gets sold into. This orange line here is the previous support from 5:40 or 5:20 in the morning. 5:40 in the morning. We flush it. Okay, so if we know that this is support here, we know it has to hold, right? We know price needs to do something here to support price here. Then we get the dip below it. You can see that right here. And we get the rip back above it. So what does that do? That does three things. And you need to understand this because this is how, in my opinion, liquidity is and how the market is essentially trapping you. Okay, you're getting trapped by this particular setup over and over and over again. One, what does it do? Well, very simple. I can explain it to my, to a little kid, my kids. So right here, we have stops of the longs who are still long from 540. What happens when price comes down below it? Their stops get taken out. Once their stops are now taken out, the market has liquidity, extra liquidity now. And as that process is happening, it's doing the second part of the trap, which is what? Well, anybody who saw this bear flag, anybody who saw that this pump and then the dump, right? They are now what? They are essentially getting short, okay? Looking for the breakdown, right? The continuation of the trend, and especially overnight, we've been selling, right? So they also get trapped, catches them offside, and price reverses right back into that range. And where are the stops going to be? Well, anybody who's short here, here, their stops are going to be here. Their stops might be here. Their stops might be here. And anybody who's been short from the overnight, their stops are going to be back up the chart, back up the levels. So once the market has trapped the shorts, reverses back into the range, takes out their stops on the way back up, and then ultimately the market knows that it has done the third and magical part left, which is their stops here who have not been taken out that are now getting taken out. You can see that live there. All these stops are getting taken out. And lastly, these stops are still up here as unattended business for the market to go and take out, right? I'm not saying we're going to go there right now, right away, but the idea is simple. You see all this, okay? This is what we talked about on the stream. This is the day so far. Okay, this is the trend. This is the trend as it develops. Now, when I started, I used to wonder, how can I put myself at the beginning of this move? How can I be at the beginning of this whole leg? And well, I think I might have discovered it. So right here at the bottom, that is called the trap. And after the level gets reclaimed, I did talk about on my stream that I wanted to get long instantly if that reclaimed. And look at that. Boom. It's the beginning of the overall move. I want to be at the beginning of the setups. I don't want to chase long. I don't want to chase FOMO long here. There are a million different ways that people will trade this, right? But in the end, there's always one thing, and it's the detail that if you miss it, you're gonna be lost the whole day. And what's that detail? We just went over it. It's that trap. That is the beginning of the whole trend each and every time. And to the upside, it'll do the same thing and then reverse back on down. So I'm going to leave you with that. I mean, we talked about that setup, that support level being right below us at market open. And all I had to do was basically just wait for price to come on down, take some longs up down there, and then make the money. It's as simple as that. I could have obviously done a lot better, but just because of the day that we had yesterday with the extreme volatility and a lot of things, well, I ended up taking just the one trade, and this trap happened afterwards. So I just did not want to risk any more capital. Number one thing as a day trader is you got to pick your shots, and most importantly, preserve your gains. You cannot just be willing to trade this short here or this, any single long that you see, right? Once you're in the green, you're in the green, you prioritize that, and that's that. So take care, keep on trading the way you do. If it's working, if it's not, keep an open mind to what I'm saying, because it definitely is a very powerful tool, and there's no need for indicators, there's no need for nothing. All you need to understand is support and resistance, which I did not talk about why that is a level of support, but because that would just, make this video a lot longer. So thank you for watching. Thank you for the continued support that you guys are doing, giving me. So peace, and I'll see you tomorrow, 7 a.m. my time, but it's 9 a.m. Eastern time. Peace.